upped our standards. So now, up yours. The Daily Mojo.
They may be simple little Peruvian villagers, but still they're going to say, well, these aliens, they sounded, because it's not like they've never heard a jet before, right? You don't know what a jetpack sounds like.
When you look to call in an expert on the Peruvian aliens that are happening here, you had to come to me, didn't you?
There's something weird. Would you not agree there's something weird going on in the world today?
Is it possible that we're actually living on Mandalore and all the Mandalorians are flying around over there and we're too close. We're too close to discovering it, and they're trying to keep us back. Mando.
Yes, I think anything at this point is possible. And I mean, I know that these jetpacks exist, but they're loud. I mean,
are they
these
not
things?
Are these jetpacks? I mean,
yeah. There's let's see this.
I want to see
Aviation in Moorpark, California, is the only place in the world that makes high-powered jetpacks and trains people how to use them.
How high can you actually go?
Kind of limited to the tether line here, so you go up to about 30 feet.
First, Victoria gets fitted with all of the necessary safety gear, including aluminum pants.
These pants go up to my neck.
This is going to be your Sparko flight suit. It's protective motorsports, so it'll keep a lot of the heat away from your body.
All suited and zipped up, she heads to the jetpack with instructor Sean Ray.
Okay, I'm ready to go, ready to take flight.
Arms up, we're going to go walk in sideways, okay? Throttle.
Throttle.
Turn direction left and right.
Left, right?
Left and right.
I don't have to hold myself up.
You're actually going to have to hold these up.
We have liftoff. Okay, not exactly 007.
Okay, it sounds like a jet engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is a jet engine.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking, as dumb and simple as the Peruvian folk might be, I mean, they have guns because they said they shot at whatever these aliens were. They're going to know, hey, the aliens sound like a jet.
So they're saying it's aliens with jetpacks.
They're saying something is attacking them in this village.
Do they have
the
video of
Peruvian
this?
Navy? No, it's Peru.
What do you mean it's Peru? They've got cell phones in Peru.
Do they? When's the last time you were in Peru?
Last week.
I rest my case. Right.
You always say I go to vacation somewhere. It's in Peru, Brad.
It's usually the Swiss Alps. There's just something going on down there that's not quite right. I mean, I know not everything is a conspiracy.
The only way you can solve this, Brad, is go there. I think you need to hop on a plane. You need to get down to Peru.
I'm willing to try it.
Honestly, this would be a really fun investigation. Just bring your phone. And
I'm willing to do it. Ron will end up with dysentery, though.
I'm here.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
We're looking for it. Oh my gosh, you could do it at night. It would be fun. It just like
I think it'd be a blast, like a jetpack blast. See what I did there? Let me ask you a question, and this is not over at. I don't think you guys did a story on it. Russell Brand, what do you think's going on?
I just heard about this. So basically, like cursory, I just heard about this one. So he's banned from YouTube. Gets demonetized or whatever.
I don't think so.
It's not over. That's what I heard. That he was
because his channel is still up. The last video he did though is a video saying he's been these heinous attacks and
his videos are still there, Brad. But I think Dan's right. He's been demonetized.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wouldn't surprise me. And people are very supportive of him. In the comments. But
I mean, this seems to be the pattern, right? Like if you think about this with these, it always seems to happen the moment, nobody was criticizing Russell Brand before. Yeah. Well, before he was, Elon Musk, anyone who remotely sniffs, Russell Brand is not some raging conservative, but the moment they even walk over to the line and say, you know what, they might be right about that. It's like, well, here come the sexual assault charges. And I don't know. I mean,
from
maybe
10 years ago,
did all this stuff. I don't know. Yeah, why didn't you come out now? I mean, Me Too. We just had Me Too, so don't give me I was too afraid to come out.
Right.
we had a whole Me Too movement where everybody was allowed to go believe all women, and you just say anything and it was automatically true. So I don't buy that you weren't, the timing here is just, I don't know. I mean, why? Why do we have to wait until
that's my whole thing too. It's awfully convenient for them.
I hate these cases. I hate these charges because the sexual assault cases, because it's so much he said, she said. And no one's going to really know except those people involved. And we all sit here and quarterback it and judge. And what I really don't like is, do we want to live in a society where all you have to do to take someone down and get them removed from YouTube or they're fired from their job is to just gather up a couple women and throw out some accusations? I mean, now I'm not saying that's what happened here. Maybe this is legitimate. I have no idea. I wasn't there. So, I hate even, trying to comment.
I'm the same way.
It's I'm always skeptical.
It's too easy to destroy somebody.
It's too easy to destroy somebody. Way too easy. And
the timing is way too sus.
Way
the whole thing is just so. I mean, and like you said, he's not a raging conservative, but he's just pointed out some things that don't make much sense. That he's connecting dots on, and he's 6.6 million subscribers.
Elon Musk then says something. Hey, I like free speech. The Democrats are like, this guy, take him down. It's hate speech. Like, it's insufferable.
And I'm not even sure it's just the Democrats. I think it's the machine in general, because I think there are people on both sides. I think the uniparty and the machine itself is powerful, and you get too close to it from any angle, and the machine the wheels start turning, man, and payoffs happen. I don't know. It's and like you said, how do you? The only two people that know what happened in a darkened room when there's two people in it are those two people. That's it.
Yep.
And so, but if somebody threatens Joe Biden, like Tara Reid, remember her? I mean, she ended up having to move to Russia to get away from it.
Believe all women is kind of all of them, or just the ones that accuse the right people?
Right. The whole thing is crazy. Everything's crazy. And I saw the story at Faithwire about the Best Buy whistleblower. Yeah. What's happening with that?
Yeah, well, apparently they were doing some sort of training, some sort of DEI training. And actually, let me look and see what exactly the training was. But basically, let's see here.
Worked at a Geek Squad.
Taking issue with a mandatory training video on LGBT history. So they had to do a training video on history, and so he took issue with that and it went against his beliefs and wasn't going to deal with it, and essentially got fired over it. So he says, and this is a James O'Keefe, who's now got his own group after he was ousted, which was a whole bizarre thing, by the way. The James O'Keefe story. That's a whole nother story. I don't know how much you guys followed that, but
it's the whole thing is weird. Everything's weird now. Everything.
Look, don't believe, and I know your audience does not, the diversity, equity, inclusion lie. That's all a bunch of malarkey, if I can use a phrase my dad used to say all the time. That's not. They're not looking to be inclusive. They're looking for conformity. No. And so if you don't toe the line, you are going to get crushed. And they are moving to kind of codify, make it law, setting up all these DEI boards and stuff. Like, they are trying to mandate thought. And that, again, I keep saying the pendulum. When do people realize enough is enough, that, I'm not going to be forced what to think, which always makes me laugh, Brad. This is something that always makes me laugh in a sad kind of way, because, it's a sad truth. But these Hollywood rebels, the progressives that are out there, we're resisting. they are the least rebellious people when you think about it, because they just conform to one line of thought. They're not rebelling against anything. They are towing the exact party line and trying to force everyone else to do the same. So you're not really a rebel. You're not a rebel, Taylor Swift, for, dancing around on the stage in your underwear.
I like Taylor Swift. I wish she wasn't so ignorant. I mean, and I think that's the problem. I think people like her are just ignorant of the reality. She's too young to see what how things get twisted.
She's like 30. Yeah,
but my neighbor, his wife, co-wrote her first album with her, and from all accounts, from people I've talked to that know her, we actually ran into her in a home goods store one time. It was kind of weird because this is 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was. She's still in high school, I think. But she and her mom are walking through, and the people who worked at Home Goods were literally crying as she walked by. Like, it's Taylor Swift. And it fascinating to watch. But right, exactly. But I want to believe that people like her are ignorant, just because I don't get the feeling that she's evil. She's just misguided.
No,
maybe that's just me.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I use her as an example, not to single her out, because they all do it in Hollywood and fame. It's like, my point is, like, you're acting like I'm up there and I'm being woman power and I'm prancing around with no clothes on. Now, who is that serving? Is that empowering you, or is that giving a bunch of guys their jollies to see a woman dancing around with basically no clothes on? I mean, it's not empowerment. I mean, look, I have more respect for somebody like Adele, who just gets up there and sings. Like, she doesn't try. I mean, as far as I know, I've never been to an Adele show, but any clip I've seen, she's just looks like she just was like, oh, I got a show to do in a few minutes, hopped up off the couch, went up, and she looks nice and stuff. I'm not saying she doesn't look nice, but she's not trying to. But not even that. Like, she's not trying to, like, sexualize herself, right? She's just saying, what I'm bringing to you is great singing, and I'm going to stand on that. I don't need to prance around on the stage. Like, Taylor Swift, if your songs are good, like, why do you have to be naked on stage? Like, I just don't understand it. It's not, all it does is make yourself into a piece of meat. Every clip I see, she's wearing underwear. That's basically what she's wearing, like lingerie. Which is what I don't know.
We've tried to talk Ron out of it too, because he ends up just being a piece of meat on stage. And
whatever, dude.
We're trying to, Ron. People love you for your mind. Sorry, I'm looking around for the
people constantly sexualizing Ron. It's not.
Not
right.
They are, and
it's a constant.
And we just.
Yeah,
she's not really. Bear. See, she's not really in her underwear there. I mean, she's it's a leotards. I don't know.
Leotards. Hold on, I lost.
It is. I mean,
I don't know. Okay, there I am. What? Come on.
That's a leotard. That's not like dancing around in her underwear.
Really?
I'm looking around for. I literally
remember in Titanic when they like
Taylor Swift skimpy.
Had to.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to put Taylor Swift skimpy. Just do Taylor Swift.
Well, I did, but I was trying to look for skimpy too. Just to see. Okay, that's like what? No, I'm trying to say that is not see-through. That's
Isn't
mesh
that
color.
Embarrassing. What?
That's not see-through. Oh, that's not see-through. Neither is that. Those are flesh-colored like tights, I think.
Like I
mean, come on.
What is that? Are you kidding me?
And she's a good singer.
Is she going off to her OnlyFans performance after that, or what? I mean, like, come on.
Okay, now I'll give you this one. This one is a little. All right, this one I'm gonna help you out here, because like, why do we need men pawing all over her on stage? I agree. I
rest my case. How is this empowering? How is that empowering to Taylor Swift?
Plus they're probably gay anyway, because they're male dancers in a stage show, which is nothing wrong with that. But anyway, she's a great singer. And whoever's making her decisions, like re-recording all of her songs so that she has ownership over the new catalog, I thought that was brilliant. Did she come up with that? I don't know.
I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm just saying, like, for me, and I'm not singling out Taylor Swift. This is just like an industry-wide issue. Like, that makes me laugh. Right. Like, I'm rebelling against the system, and there's a bunch of male executives up there going, I mean, let's like reshift the narrative, right? Like, most of these people are with a record label that has some CEO that's a 68-year-old, bald like me, dude, fat guy,
white guy,
and he's just like, and so he's like, hey, just tell them that they're empowering themselves, and they'll dance naked in front of us.
They'll take it all off.
But it's empowering. You go, girl. You tell them. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Just,
who falls for this stuff? I'm starting to fall in line with the patriarchy is real thing. Like, they don't even know. The patriarchy is everywhere. The guys are winning. All the best women now are men. I mean, you can now say you're a woman. Hey, guys, I'm the best woman broadcaster out there. Yep.
What was?
I mean,
didn't that just? And the women did happen yesterday.
The patriarchy wins again, undefeated.
What was that thing that happened yesterday? 5 men won awards for
More
women. Ron, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not. No.
I just saw it yesterday. I think I saw it on the X. 5 men were named winners in this all-woman competition. And it was like, wait a second. It's bizarre. What's happening? And again, I go back to my original statement. We live in bizarro world. Everything is just weird.
When is up next, a guy is going to win the, sexiest woman of the year thing in People or whoever does that.
I'm pretty sure that already happened in up in, was it Connecticut? Remember the dude who won Miss Dairyville or whatever it was that last year, and it was a fat dude too. Oh shoot! I can't.
Ma'am.
Oh
yeah.
It.
Right. And it's a picture of all these
girls,
ma'am, attractive women, and then there's like this 6'4" baboon of a guy just sitting there like
it's ma'am.
Right.
By the way, Kevin Spacey is trending.
You know what was trending today that I saw that I honestly just wanted to turn everything off. Boobert.
What?
Oh, Boobert. Nice. Yeah.
Boobert.
I was like, I'm out. I can't. I turn on the X.
No one would have even known.
Boobert.
No one would have even known they were doing
on.
that if it hadn't have been for the stupid spy cam up in the corner of the theater.
But what? Honestly, can we stop? I mean, I don't know. I don't follow Lauren Boebert too much, so I don't know what her platform is. But I'm assuming she's like some conservative, Christian gal. And then she gets the Devo from her husband, and then she's out dating just some random guy. I love her defense on this. Like, because it was a Democrat, this guy that she went on a date with, and they were basically, engaging in sex acts in the middle of the theater. and so
yeah, that's
she's
true.
like, I guess I got to find out more about people before I date them. I don't know. Maybe don't feel each other up on the first date. Like, what is that? I mean, what are you doing?
She was vaping. Nobody said anything about the vape containing THC, but we know she was in Colorado, so come on.
And then she lied about the vape. I didn't vape. What's this on the video coming out of your exhale there?
I guess I did. I didn't remember that.
Oops. But you can trust me, Lauren Boebert. Come on. These people are a joke. I mean, I get it. Nobody's perfect, but can we at least be a little closer to the line?
By the way,
Like nobody's perfect, but we're all awful too. Like perfect, awful. Like you're perfect and awful. Everyone's like right over here awful. On like all hanging on awful. Like, can we like move over slightly? I don't know.
Just a smidge. I did the guy at Best Buy. Well, because what's his name? His last name is Sujak. Enos Sujak. He's a Serbian immigrant, lives in Jacksonville. And his quote in here is priceless because he says, as a Christian, I believe marriage is between a man and a woman, yet for some reason, Best Buy insisted I submit to a lesson series on the history of the LGBT movement, which is, in fact, it's just so ludicrous that any workplace would make you watch that because why? And then he says, my ability to help and serve customers with electronic repairs and the sexual orientation of my colleagues have nothing in common.
Yep.
He's right.
It's just genius.
Before I fix your computer, who do you sleep with?
Let me do it. Right. No. But hey, I know. Are you interested in this TV? Can I help you out? Yes. What does it have for a refresh rate? Well, before we get into that refresh rate, did you know who the first gay man was who leapt over a tall building in a single bound? And did you know where he puts his genitals? Does that help you want to buy the TV? No, where are you going?
That's it.
The whole thing is just so incredibly
the DEI
stupid
stuff. Look, in my school district, where we homeschool, so I don't send my kids there. But they pay $150,000 a year to someone to be the DEI, like consultant manager person. Like, what a racket that is! I mean,
nice work if you can get it.
$150,000 taxpayer money, which is why, by the way, this is a pet peeve of mine when I see these school board meetings, and everyone's going like, "Will you stop putting porn in our kids' school and trans flags at the front of the room?
Hater.
What are you doing?
Hater.
We need to change that around." Okay, stop begging Caesar for scraps from the table. Get out of there while you can. Get out. Like, what are you doing?
Good advice.
Like,
good advice.
Yeah, anyway.
Good advice.
I've had people ask me. I'm sorry. I was just going to say I've had people ask me to speak at these things. And I'm just like, you don't want me to speak there because I'm going to tell them to get out.
Yeah.
All right.
If you ever do speak there, I want to bring a camera. I want to bring a camera and film you when you talk because it's gonna be priceless.
I'll go to the right one. It will be.
Oh, it will be. All right. What's coming up on the Quickstart Podcast
I don't
today?
know. We are actually talking about the Best Buy guy and the F-35 jet, which the F-35, which I just find. I mean, who hasn't lost an F-35? I mean, it just happens always, right? I mean, I lost 2 this week. So
right, I mean, it's easy to do. They're so small; they fall through the. You got one hole in your pocket; they're through it. Yep, and James chapter 4. It looks like.
Yep.
Which
all good stuff.
Ron summarized James chapter 4. Oh, sorry, we're out of time.
Oh yeah. Thank God. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. See you, Dan.
Literally.
The First Amendment.
Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do.
Lives here. Watch and listen at thedailymojo.com.